Welcome. So this video is to prepare you for test 4-2. So what do you really need to know to be successful in this upcoming test? Constant of proportionality. You have to know how to do a constant rate of change, like the word per, like John ran 3 miles per day, y equal 3x. You have to know how to do linear relationship in the form of y equal blank x plus blank. And then you also have to know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide equations, and add, subtract, multiply, divide inequalities. So starting with number one. The first one is about constant of proportionality. You do not, let me repeat that one more time, you do not need to memorize the formula. You just have to, you'll be given a purple math chart, and it will say k equal y divided by x. On the last test, people got it wrong because they did x divided by y. They divided the wrong numbers backward. It's y divided by x. So in here, pick y. I don't know. I'll pick this y. I don't know why it's highlighted, but I guess I chose that y. It's okay. This is x. This is y. So I chose this point right here, 0.3, 3/10, and the x is 7/10. So if I multiply both of these by 10, it's 3, 7. C is the answer. Oh, I know why I chose this point. This is a clean point. It's right here. It follows this line and this x line and this y line. All right, number two. So now that was constant proportionality. Now let's do a linear relationship. This is in the form of y equal blank x plus blank. So a 7-inch candle burns at a rate of 2 inches an hour. Represent the relationship between y, the height of candle, in inches, and x, the number of hours the candle burns. So these are the hours, 0, 1, 2, 3, and these are height. So it starts at 7. Oh, 7 is a one-time thing. That goes at the end. It keeps burning. Burning means it keeps going down by 2 per hour. Negative 2x plus 7. So if you graph this, 0 hours, 7. 1 is 5. 2 is 3. 3 is 1. It's dropping, it's decreasing 2 per hour. That's why it's negative 2x plus 7. Number 3, a snail is trying to get to the other side of a park. It travels 3 feet in 2 minutes. Make a graph to represent the rate. So here's the minute. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in 2 minutes, it is at 3. In 4 minutes, is at 6. So what is speed? You know what? I could use constant proportionality to help me here. If I divide 3 divided by 2, that's 1.5 feet per minute. So it's 1.5 feet per minute. That means every minute. So if I want to make a table, this is minutes, this is feet. 0 minute, 0 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 is 3 minutes. So what is between here is 1.5. The relationship is times 1.5, or y equal 1.5 x. So this is rate of change. Oh, the table's right here. How embarrassing. All right, so we know how to do constant rate of change. We know how to do y equal blank x plus blank. We know how to do rate of change. So like we're using a per. Now the rest of the test is all about equations. You just had a quiz over adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, or in case you want to study it, it was the quiz you took on January 30th. On Thursday when we were out, the math teacher out. So let's look at this. You have to know how to use a model. So here is the equation. Here's x right there. X is right there. So is it isolated on the right side? No. So I have to do negative 6. So is x isolated on the right side? No. How am I going to undo? What's the inverse of positive 6? Negative 6 on both sides. All this cancels out. So we are left with how many negatives is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. negative 13. Some of you say, but Mr. Joe, or the teacher, I don't like using model. Fine, let's write it as an equation. Negative 7 equal x plus 6. So let's highlight the equal sign. Here's x. Is it isolated? No. We do negative 6 on both sides. Let's cancel. Negative 7, negative 6 is negative 13. Number 5. Ms. Ollie sells bookmarks for 96 cents each to raise money to purchase new library books. So that's why it's 96 cents per bookmark. And so first you raise a total of $69.12. What is the number one? So solve this equation. So this is a multiplication equation. How do you undo? What's the opposite of multiplication? Divide. So I divide both sides by 9,600. What is $69.12 divided by 9,600? I times it by 100, so I get this number. 6,912 divided by 96. Can 96 go into 6? 0 times. 69, 0 times. 691, it goes in 7 times. 96 times 7, let's see, it's 42, carry the 4, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. If I subtract this, it's 8, carry the 1, that's 9, 190, D2. How many 96 go into 192? 2 times. Because you cannot buy a fractional of a bookmark, so we know it's going to be a whole number of 72. So number 6. So this week, starting on January 31st to the first week of February, you're going to be learning all about inequality. Inequalities are less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So solve each inequality. So let's start with the very first one right here. Here is x. Is x isolated on the left side? No. How am I going to undo a divide? I multiply both sides by negative 7. Cancel out. So, remember this. Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must reverse. You must flip the inequality sign. So we flip it around. Because you might say, but why? Remember, this negative means you do the opposite. So opposite of less than or equal to is greater than or equal to. So we flip around. This one, we multiply both sides by 7. Cancel, because you're multiplying by the original number. And then this is just x is less than or equal to negative 119. So explain the differences. This one, you had to flip the sign around. So when you multiply divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. You've got to know that for the upcoming test. I guarantee you will see questions like this. So Frank and Nick each graph the solution to the following inequality, solve for D. So solve for D. So we divide, so this is a multiplication. So we divide both sides by negative 8. Cancel. And then this negative means you do the opposite. So we flip the inequality sign from less than equal to greater than equal to. D is greater or equal to negative 5. But how do you graph this again? So here's negative 5. Equal to. Is it going to be an open dot or closed dot? It's going to be a closed dot. Again, if it is a less than or equal to or greater than equal to, it's a closed dot. You might say, but why? So first of all, you have a dot. This equals to means it can also be that answer. So you close it up. But if it's just a less than or greater than, you just leave it open. Meaning it cannot be part of the answer. So it has to be D is greater or equal to negative 5. So negative 4, negative 3, negative 2. So which numbers are greater than? The negative sides or the positive side? The positive side. So we highlight this side. And, oh, it's right here. Oh, hold up. You know what? We can just solve this because we know this is a closed dot because it's equal to, and that's the only one that's closed dot. All right, number 8. Please solve this equation. So here's A. Is it isolated on the right side? No. How do you undo a dividing 2? You multiply both sides 2. Cancel out. And this is 18. So 18 is less than A. So A is, or another way to say is A is more than 18. A is more than 18. Name some numbers. Oh, which of the following is not a possible answer? This is more than 18. That's more than 18. This is more than 18. This one is not more than 18. So 18 is less than this. So which number is not less than 18? 17. Number 9, the temperature dropped 11 degrees. What does that mean to you? You drop, subtract. Oh, dang it, they're all subtract. The temperature is currently below 50 degrees. Below. So as you can tell, they all look pretty much the same. Below, give me some numbers that are below 50. So that's how you can do it. 49 degrees is below 50. 48, 47, 46. So this means less than. That's why it is B is the answer, is less than. Number 10, during Malik's basketball game, he scored 37 points for his team. The rest of the team scored a total of S points. If the team won the game with 108 points, which equation could be used to determine the points earned by Malik's teammates? So let's read this. So the team scores 37 points. Then the teammates score a total of S points. And they won by 108. So saying is Malik plus what his teammates did equals 108. That's why D makes sense. Number 11, here's the thing. So this says X to take away 3 and 5/10 is equal to 475. Which story matches this? Alta had 475. She paid 350 for a snack and drink. What is the amount left? Will you just subtract these two numbers? Oh, doesn't show that. Julio found a scarf with a sale price of $475. The discount was $350. What was the original price? Discount means you save money. That means you take away. Do we know what the original price is? No. So we save money. Now it costs $475. B makes sense. Why does C not make sense? Rocky drew a line segment that was 3 and 5/10 inches long. Renee drew a line segment that's 4 and 7. What is the difference of the two? You subtract these two numbers. That does not show that. Amy completed a math problem in 3 and 5/10 minutes. Giovanni completed the same problem in 4 and 7,500 minutes. The time limit was 5 minutes. What is the difference of Amy and the time limit? You're supposed first of all, they didn't use the correct numbers. Number 12, which one cannot be represented by this? Cannot. Kate buys a sled that costs more than 200. Ooh, this symbol means more or greater. She pays $145 in cash and uses her credit card for the rest. Find Z, the possible amount Kate charges. That's correct. That's the same thing. Matt has a collection of 145 seashells. On his trip, he found more plus C, more. Now he has over. Over means more. Charlie found the sum of two angles to be greater than. This means a greater than sign. If the measure of 1 is 145, and what is Z? That's correct. The regular price for a game system was at most $200. At most. That means the most you can pay. The most you can pay is $200. So you can pay $200. Could you pay $190? Yes, because the most you can pay. Can you pay $180? So what describe these numbers? These numbers are less than or equal to. That's why that's not makes sense. 13. You will need to know how to solve straight up inequality without word problems. So here's Z. Is it isolated on the left side? No, we subtract 145 from both sides. Cancel. So 200 minus 145 is 55. Z is greater than 55. So is it open dot or closed dot? So it has to be open dot. It does not include that number. It's greater. Then what numbers are greater than 55? 56, 57, 58. That's why we are shading it to the right-hand side, greater than. Closed dot means it can be that number. It has to be greater than 55. It cannot include 55. And that is your test. Well, good luck on your test review that is coming up.